Good evening, and welcome to episode 3 of Honeywata Cafe. I was going through some of my sister's poetry, and I felt that this is how we should start our session today. So enjoy this.
Give me what I love. Can you give me what I love? While I live, don't wait for me to leave this earth. I say, give me what I love. While I'm here with you, just don't wait to show me just how much that you love me and my banana pudding. Just show me just how much you feel me and my sweet tea and lemon. Give me what I love while I live. Love me while I'm here to give you what I have to give. Give me all the love have for me. Because you love me. Give me the stars, the moon, please. Because you love me. Can you feel me? Express your That's just an introduction. Tonight, 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 tonight. Give me what I love in poetry. I want lyrics. I want stanzas. I want wrong sentences. I want dances. I want words from you. Give me what I love, what I love, what I love. Oh, what you love to be my boo, 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 boo. 'Cause you fit me too. Oh. Let me give you what you love. Let me give it to you. Let me show you what I'm really working with. This is just something I do for you. Love life. You give me back what I love, what I love, what I love, what I love. You are in the kingdom of poetry. Bow down on the stage, you are representing royalty. Good evening, Espresso Soul. Let me tell you who I am again. My name is Honeywata.
Her name is Honeywata. So that was my sister, Jamilah JT, Honeywata Muhammad, expressing her soul. and telling you what I want to hear from you today. So this weekend we were at our apartment and I found something that she called the show angel. So this piece of art by my sister is here to look over us in this show today. So that's the show angel. My hope for today is that we get some people from the crowd to come in and talk and do their pieces, to join the hangout with us and you know, express your soul, as she said in the song. Give me what I love. Those rogue sentences, those flowing stanzas. So what I'm going to do is I have a piece of my own here. I wrote this piece back in 1996 after I had attended a class in college at UConn called White Racism, Sociology 298. But the name of the piece is I Stand Strong. I stand strong to tell of a point I believe. I stand strong to be who I say I be. I stand strong to the eyes of diversity. I stand strong to see. I stand strong when turning my head in doubt. I stand strong, can't stick my lips out and pout. I stand strong, take steps, climb mountains. I stand strong. I stand strong. Look at me as I stand here in my blue jeans and saddle bucks. Look at me as I lick my huge plush lips. Look at me as I cast a hand over my close-knit hair. Look at me as I stand strong. Look at me. I am not wrong. I stand strong. I stand strong. Unscrewing the top of the bottled-in world to feel the rush of the to breathe the air. Stale is the surrounding, still in the movements. Passive are your, our, us, we're, their words. Turn the world upside down, rotate it backwards, blow in the top. Free the hollow sound of the bottled soul of the core burning deep within like the heart of a whale covered in blubber, though feeding the body blood. Around or about are tears that kept afloat the debris of thought sailing from the mouth of the bottle, flipped and pouring into space. I stand strong. I stand strong when I know I'm not wrong. I stand strong in a commanding tone. I stand strong in suggesting my opinion. I stand strong in listening. I stand strong in knowing I know not, but I stand strong in knowing I know what I stand strong for. I stand strong. I stand strong. I stand strong in determining my identity. I stand strong in determining what's inside of me. I stand strong for virtual impossibilities. I stand strong for anti-racial activities. I stand strong, oh yes, stand strong. Hear me now as I speak to you. I stand strong to get my view through. Stand by me and strengthen my wall. We stand strong. No push, no shove, no force can make fall. I, we, they, see, we stand strong. So that's a piece I wrote many years ago in college. And I think it's relevant in today's society of what we are doing as a people, as a community, what we're seeing both on either side of Republican and Democratic, of Trumpism and non-Trumpism. We're seeing what I said in that piece. Everyone wants to stand strong, but what are you standing strong for? What are you standing for? So that was I Stand Strong. I'm gonna cut into a little bit of Honeywata stuff from her book, Honeywata. It's the intimate poetry, poetic interludes. And I'm going to turn to a page and read. This one is called Blue. I'm in this funky blue mood. That kind of I just don't want to do mood. All hung up in you, but can't see me because you, damn, you know mood. I'm all in the clouds, pulling that damn rain again from my eyes. So I'm so horrified of the possibilities of it happening. Just that I just sit down and cry. I be boo-hooing uncontrollably in the darkness of the indigo ocean of reality. And the essence of my my mentality be all foggy and smoky. Can't think clearly, so I sleep. And I dream in color, and I trick me into leaving out the blue. And I'm viewing all that dreamt in my rose-tinted glasses. Everything's blushed and lovely. But then I wake to the blue, and I feel, oh, that man, that artist Picasso, or was it Van Gogh, must have felt as he painted in that period of blue. Kind of funky and messed up. Still, I'm looking for my peaceful prelude to that funky blue. Something other than this damn denim blue. I try to shake that mist, that shadow, that monkey riding riding piggyback that latched on to me, that cloud that I climbed in, that beat out my sunshine. That's messing with my mind, disturbing my peace. I'm in this F up with nothing to replace this crude oil in my ocean kind of mood. This is affecting my special effects, and my ingenuity. Hell, it's tapping into my sexuality, and I'm receiving looks from the absence of niceties. I'm thinking that shit ain't fair, but regardless of me fronting with a phony smile, this damn blue will still be here. Blue. So that was a piece by Honeywata. Again, I'm sitting here alone waiting for you to join me and do your own pieces. So while I wait for you, I will read another one of my pieces. Let's see. Ooh, this is a good one. I was just thinking about this one. It's called I, Black and Kinky Hair. I wrote this one in February of 1994. I can't remember the inspiration, but it was some time ago. It was a couple days before my father's birthday. So let me take a drink and get into Black and Kinky Hair. I, black and kinky haired. I bleed within the eyes I see. I bleed within the soul in me. I bleed when I know I can. I bleed a river to be a man. I stand in my blood and wipe my tears. I stand in my blood and count my fears. I stand in my blood alone and scared. I stand in my blood black and kinky haired. I stretch my arm to feel the air. I close my eyes, no one's there. I look in the mirror at how different I be. I know of the man that stands in front of me. I, the man in front of me, I, the man that few see, I, the child that hides and is scared, I, the child, black and kinky haired. I read of the past of tormenting pain. I read of the clash of tears and rain. I read of the rivers crossed and made. I read of the bodies raised and laid. I think of the times when our men were kings. I think of the ways that our women are still queens. I think of how the drums used to beat. I think of how you now stump our feet. I bleed the blood. I stand in the blood. I stretch, I close, I look, I know the blood. I, the man, see the blood. I, the child, feel the blood. I read of the blood. I think about the blood. I, black and kinky haired. That was a good piece. I like that one. It's been a long time since I wrote like that. Makes me excited to do it again one day. And I want to see what you guys say. So you know what? I'm going to flip through another Honeywata and see what I get on the page. Ooh, I'm going to flip with hers from my black and kinky haired to an Is This Love from my Honeywata. In my ideal world, love is the first man I ever loved. Absolute. In the love, we would love everlastingly, evermore, forever. The first man to press against the softness of my flower, the man who broke the seal of my virgin classification, he would forever have me. To surrender to feel this newness, he did to. I sought his indulgence in my world of love excellence, to no obstacle would surface to erase this love infatuation because he loved me. No doctor's invention could give a contribution. No new drug on the market could give me this satisfaction of true ecstasy. Loving him wholly, freely, down to my soul, loving him totally, would be my only medication in the medicine cabinet. It would read, snort me, inject me, eat me, once, twice, a day or more, not excluding the night, for that is when it works, right? He is what I snort. He is what runs through my veins. I shoot him up intently, habit forming constantly. He is my patch on my patch, heavily medicating me, comforting me into this she I did not know I was when he is making love to me. He gives me this new sexuality, loving him as he was, would be only craving, a craving of his secretion of his juices all over me, from tears, from eyes to drips from his love tip. I need his erection to enter me, fertilizing me to make more of us, more to the us. Ideally, I want his solidity inside of me to explode in my composition, creating this masterpiece of work that people will sing about, that people will sing about, that people will sing about, no doubt. This love understood those words, love. That said in vain, from failure to comprehend its meaning, so love so many things I've got to tell you, but I'm afraid. I don't know how, because it's of the possibility that you'll look at a different love. So I got a couple of notices that people are having trouble getting in. So I'm going to take a quick pause and see if I can open the door and let them in the door. All right, 1 second. Let me check it out. Loving you is easy 'cause you're beautiful. And every day of my life comes from loving you. Loving you. Mm-hmm. Loving you. I'm trying to give people this link here to see if it works. Let's see, I got a couple people trying to get in the dough. All right, let's get back at it. So, now I invited some more people, see if I can get them in. I'm gonna try this, maybe this way I'll do it. Control C. Close that. Back here. Oh, wrong one. Back here. Try this one. All right, fantastic. All right, fantastic. Here we go. So now I'm going to go back to one of my pieces and go back and forth, see what I can find. If I can find something a little less revolutionary into something a little more free-loving. Let's see. I'm still in the 1990s with my poetry in this book that I have with me. I have so many poems that I've written over the years on different pieces of paper and for different reasons and different loves. But nonetheless, they're here. And I have them written. Oh, I like this part. So this one I wrote back when I used to call myself Jamilah Muhammad, but I used to spell my last name M² AD. So this is called Think About It. So here we go. Think about it. Holding your hand, feeling you squeeze, saying God bless you every time you sneeze. Being there when I must, never giving up. It's you, our bus. Comforting talks on and off the phone, listening to you as you speak in a caring tone. Arguing and fighting, fussing and biting, only to make up later through writing. Looking at you through the bottom of a drinking glass, your smile crooked but sweet. Your eyes looking back in a sexy glance, falling from a fabricated cliff in a dream to be caught, saved, and softly put on the ground again. Massaging words into your lying body, words like love, peace, together, embrace me. Romantic evenings of your choice, reading poetry, are just hearing your voice. Think about it. Young me was such a romantic. Such a romantic. Imagine that. Imagine that. To be young and in love, right? Those are the things we do. I don't remember what year I wrote that one. Let's see, people haven't been able to get in. I think there's They're blocked out. I don't know. Let me see. I'm gonna check again, and I'll cut this out in the later. Yes, we're good. We're good. We're good. Should have somebody in here soon. So I'm gonna go back and see. I'm gonna do another one of my pieces. Let's see if I can find another piece that I can. That I. How you doing, Nicole? Welcome.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome to Honeywata Cafe.
I'm excited.
Yeah, you just jump in. You're the first person on. We've been on for about a half hour. I've been reading my pieces. I've been reading some of Jamilah's pieces.
Oh,
I actually opened it with her singing actually. Um,
oh,
so I'm actually going back and forth. But you know what? Since you have your piece, how about you show us what you got? I read it online and I thought it was beautiful, and I think that you should share it with us.
well, okay. Let me get it.
Yeah, look.
I've never read my piece out loud.
Well,
Which
this
is
is an open mic. Your name's on the list.
which is it's it's frightening, but at the same time, it's like okay, you can do it. So let me get a hold to it.
Good.
And I
Again,
just and I just wrote another one actually. Um, see if I can get that one too.
hey, you read them. Again, this is an open mic, right? An open mic night is your chance to practice or be polished, right? If you're polished, be polished. But if you're practicing, this is a place to practice. We're
Right.
here to hear poetry and music and talent. So share.
Okay. Let's see. I need to forward it to myself so I could share it.
Okay. I'm scrolling through one of the binders that I wrote some poetry in, and actually just found a song that I wrote 100 years ago.
And it's so funny because years ago I used to write, and and then you just stop,
Yeah,
and it wasn't until I came up there and it was like like why did I stop? Like and there's so much you can come out of your words.
right.
It's therapeutic. Um,
All right, you ready?
yeah, I'm gonna read this one, and this is a new piece I wrote.
All right, give it to us.
It's entitled "A Letter." I'm sure you are surprised to hear from me because it's been quite a while since I promised to never let you go. I was sitting there, I was sitting here, and you came across my mind, as you often do. I thought about all the talks we had about you and I. I'll admit, it was all my fault for walking out and what could have been. But my love, you have to understand, it was the could haves and the what will be's to come that made me run. Run from the commitment I made to you. But my love, I was fearful of failing and disappointing you. I let so many other people and other things get in the way instead of being true to you. I can remember when I first met you, you raw but pure. You brought so much excitement and passion, a passion that cannot be explained. You had me caught up, so caught up that you consumed my mind. It was you that I ran to in my silent and my frustrated times. Although you never physically spoke a word, you spoke volumes to me. Oh, how I want to come back to you because we were destined to be together to finish what we started. I want to right this wrong. Please, my love, say you'll come back to where you belong. See, I'm no longer scared now. I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to put in the work so we can reach higher heights. Well, I have to go now, but I just need to let you know that today you ran across my mind. A letter to my dreams.
Snaps up. Snaps up. You're the first person on the show besides myself who's done a piece. So that was awesome. Thank you.
I wrote that this weekend, and it was like, and for me that was, you think about all the things that you want to do, and you write things out, and you tell, and you add your dreams and your aspirations, but so many times we fail ourselves and what we said we were going to do, and so that was, you just, I just write what's in my head.
That's what it is. It's being able to share that.
Yeah,
being able to share it. So thank you. I'm gonna give you a chance to get ready for your next one. Get ready for your second piece. And I'm gonna flow in a piece by Honeywata.
Okay.
So I'm flipping through her book. If you haven't seen it, Intimate Interludes.
I have to get that. It's on Amazon, isn't it?
I do believe. I think I have a couple of them at the house. Oh. So this one is called And the Music. And the Music. And the music stopped, but the melody spun around in my head, humming continuously. Humming. This melody like you on my mind. This melody linger sweetly in my ears as if you were still here, kissing me tenderly. Then the music stopped, but your fragrance is in my hair, on my skin, on my breath. I taste you on my lips, tantalizing my tongue. On the rim of my lips, you lie. I lick the sweetness in the silence, cause the music has stopped, and I am still getting full off around of you. That your essence is ringing in my ears. Your essence is the reminder of the before, when I savored every inch of your masculinity, every iota of your physicality. But that was when the music played. I still played. Back when you sang to me. Do you remember how you sang to me? Dropping sweet nothings in my ear, touching me. When with them words from your mouth, you cast a spell on me. All while the music played. I looked at you hypnotically, dancing closely. We were as one, all while the music played. Our bodies sang duet. We were in harmony. You took turns on solos, reaching for that crescendo, awaiting for the applause, all while the music played. I arched my back while climbing over another octave, thrusting another note. One second, I need to mute somebody. Another note. And then the music stopped, and you felt, and you left, but in my mind, you still sang to me in a cappella.
Wow.
Yeah, she has a couple pieces that are dirty.
Well, hey, it's all in about what you feel at that moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
And it's it's poetry. It's us in our rawness.
Right, and that's a whole piece. The whole book is called Intimate Poetic Interludes. Intimate Poetic Interludes. So you expect those to be
right. Yeah, intimate basically lets you know that's what that is.
Exactly. Exactly. By mistake, I muted somebody and I can't unmute him for some reason. So I apologize. See if I can. Tania, I muted you. If you can unmute yourself, I don't know if you can, but I muted you because you're doing the dishes in the background. You're disrupting us. So I can't hear you. So I'm going to kick you off and come back on. Okay. Bye. Bye. All right. So now I'm going to read another piece of mine.
Okay.
It's called I.
Okay.
I wrote this one in April of 1994. So again, if you're making noise in the background, just mute yourselves. Otherwise, I'll have to mute you, and I don't want to lose you. All right, here we go. I am what the eye sees. I am what the eye sees. When the eye of I see you. When you, the eye of me, you see my I, but not my me. I see. I see what I see, but through the eye you see, through the eye I see, in me, what am I? Me. What does I see? What can I be? Eyes sees what you bees. I sees what I sees. I captivate and grasp. I isolate. I am I, for I see what I can. There is I while there is I, and there is I when there is no I. But there is no I when the I is not I. I, I, I. Do you, I see you. Do you see I?
That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. It makes wow. And then, as you were saying, I was like, so at first you don't get it, and then it's like, okay, it's like, and then you realize that's a great play on one word.
Yeah,
One
yeah,
word with
exactly.
like so many different meanings.
And again, I wrote that back in 1994, as freshman year in college, um, and yeah, I got in trouble for writing too many poems. My mother told me that if I wrote another poem, I'd be at home, so I had to hide my poems.
Really?
I got in a lot of trouble for doing that. You ready for your second one?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Come
Okay.
on with it.
This is the one I had put. I actually had posted yesterday.
Okay.
It feels like just yesterday I saw your face. It was just yesterday that I heard the sound of your voice and your one of a kind laugh. Wasn't it yesterday you were visiting me or I was visiting you? It seems like yesterday we had a long embrace. It seems like yesterday when all those memories were made. Oh, how I wish today was yesterday so I could tell you I love you again. How I wish today was yesterday so you could see you be born through me. How I wish I could go to yesterday and yesterday's yesterday until we get to that today. I know I will never see yesterday again, and that one day I will see you again today. Until then, I'll think about our yesterday today.
I love that one. I love that one. I love that one. I'm so glad you read that one. I read that. I was like, oh, thank you. Now I got to get you on. I got to get you on here so you can say it.
Yeah, I have to work on my delivery of because in my head it flows so beautifully in my head, and when I'm writing it, it flows so beautifully. But when I articulate it,
Uh-huh.
it's not the way it sounds in my head. So I have to connect the two.
Well, hey, you know what?
Too.
That means you gotta. I'm gonna have you say it again one day.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have you say it again one day, and then when you do it, you'll have to practice it at least once.
Yeah, yeah. But I like the fact that you do have this outlet because it, you know, it takes that fear away of sharing it. You know,
Right.
um, and I'm okay with the writing and sharing what I write and getting people's opinion.
Hmm.
But speaking is not, it's not one of the things that I love to do. I'll do it. It's just not my favorite thing. But writing it, I like to write. I was an English major, so
Oh,
yeah.
well, there you go.
So,
Well, I think that one of the good thing about this being an online venue is that it allows you to stand up without actually standing up and
right.
seeing the crowd.
And
You
there's
get to
no
see yourself on
judgment.
your phone.
Yeah, and there's no judgment. You feel safe. It's like no one's gonna be like, oh, that's horrible. You know what I mean? It's like it's a safe place, and
Right.
that's cool.
So here's the next piece by Honeywata.
Okay,
We got about 10, 20 more minutes in. 20 more minutes. So we got a couple more pieces. If you got another piece, get your next piece ready.
I don't have any more, but I wish I did.
Okay, well, I got plenty. All
Okay,
right, this one's called Pearly White Teeth
okay.
by Honeywata. I will never ever see I will never ever never see how the light reflects off his pearly white teeth as he smiles at me when I approach him, loving him deeply. He walks away into the nothing he was before as I am too without him. I am too much to my surprise at what I remember of how he smiled when he smiled at me as I approached him in the sunlight, blinded by the light, reflecting off his pearly whites, smiling effortlessly, only to me sweetly.
That's nice. Now you wrote that. That was hers.
That was hers. That was one of hers. Now mine, I have another one. Again, probably from the 1990s. Most of the ones in this book are from the 1990s,
Okay.
early 90s. So maybe next week I'll find a later book. Well, most of my poems are done before 2000s when I was in school and had time to write.
Yeah.
So this one,
Yeah.
I don't think I gave it a name, but let's see if I can read through it because it's written in my handwriting and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Switching of time, stressing the subconscious of the conscious mind. Running on snow numbs the mind to explain what you know. Lift, glide, and lift, glide, land. Step after step, beat after beat, your body starts to blend as your wounds begin to mend. Injuries from stress, injuries from that hurt, injuries that can only heal if your mentality is on feel. Changing of days, putting time aside to think or play, relaxation never crossing your mind, frustration, the worst feeling of any kind. Boundaries between right and wrong becoming more thin as borders between love and hate continue to thicken. Soon acts that are wrong today will be rights tomorrow. The mere thought of such an evolution is frightening. Love and hate, two ends of a colorless rainbow to those who haven't the eyes. Technicolor to all those who love and morbid to haters. If today were tomorrow, advance in by years, why would we change? For we'll still have our fears. If yesterday were here today, the imagination of a child would be altered for good. Think of a peaceful resolution for us to see, for us to see. you, and me.
That's nice.
I was good back in the day. Back in the day, I could write a poem.
Now we have to write, a little, what they call it, haiku,
Yeah, haikus, it's the 5 lines.
2 liners. It's like, you're okay. So I got 10 minutes to write something. Let me think about what I can do real quick. You know,
Right.
but it's amazing. I wish I had my poems from when back in the day. I didn't keep any of my journals. I wish I would have, because just to see like where my mindset was then,
Hmm.
and how you looked at life then, and the lens you were looking through then, as to now. Do you look at that when you write your poetry? Do you see the different lens you were in?
Oh, of course, of course. I mean, the a lot of these poems that I again in the early '90s, I was making that first transition, ultimate transition from being in the home of my mother and father to being alone
Hmm.
and having the freedom to be whomever and whatever and be wherever I wanted to be.
Right, right, right.
That's a big thing for for a young
Yeah.
person. Um, yeah, it's big. It's real big. Hey, I got a poem that even talks about it. I think. Let me see. I got one.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't read this one in years too. Again, I wrote it in the probably somewhere in the 90 odds. Um, it's called This Paper. Just like this paper, I have an origami. Yes. No, sorry, I have an origin. Just like this paper, I have an origin. Yes, there are many different types of treks I could have come from, but I came from one in particular. Just like this paper, I was singled out, picked out of a pile of many, chosen to be the one, the only one, the me who has formed to be, the me who has no one else in this world can be. Why? Because I was structured individually. Just like this paper, the words I write and hear stick to me. Words written on me with the ink of the world, never to be erased or smeared, branded in my head until and way beyond when my body lie dead. Just like this paper, I was once plain, till I was personalized by my first learned action. Then I was new in my old body, one of one, similar to none. Just like this paper, lie my lines are straight, but deep inside they are not as perfect. Curiosity fights with my world, my mortality, wanting to do what I stare, have no desire to, wanting to be where I have no want to be, having to hear what it sees through my eyes. Curiosity instigates my temptation and nullifies virtue. Unlike this paper, I have a choice of in what I want to be, want to see, want to do, want to hear, want to fear. This paper is molded by whomever and whatever. It could just as well be an airplane or a duck. But me, I can be what I influence myself to be. I have the right to never give up a fight. Just like this paper, I have a family, but I won't be with them all my life. So I am learning once again to be without, acquiring the know-how to survive in the world, but outside. Oh, my mother, outside of my mother's arms. I am a man again. I am a man.
I like that. So you should put
But
a book out of yourself. How you feel about that?
because I'd have to type it all.
Well, but it's much easier, I say now, to type it than
Uh-huh.
to write it.
Right.
I need to, I
Yeah.
need to I need to create an app that basically gives you like a book format and like the pages, and you just write in the pages.
Yes. Yeah.
And then that way it just creates it for you.
Well, again, with the way technology has gotten to a point where it where you can just talk type,
Yeah.
so that's a benefit as well. That's a benefit as well. So I'm going to flip back to a Honeywata piece, and then I'll finish with one of my pieces
Okay.
and see what we get. Let's see. There's a longer piece by Honeywata called Sunday Cat.
Okay.
The sun found its way through the slants in my patio doors. The rays kissed my skin in harmony with his lips on a Sunday morn. We were all alone, no disruptions were going to be made. It was to be a lazy Sunday morn. Just the two of us, blanketed by just a sheet, with the fan turning above our heads. We watched the blades and listened to its instructions and fell to a spell of seduction. It purred. Like the kitten in me, searching for its meow, knowing what was to be. I pounded to the floor and pawed on pawed feet to brush the teeth of a dragon that lived inside my mouth. Killed him dead with Listerine, and just like all thieves of hearts, I returned to the scene with the coolness of a tiger about to leap upon its dinner. I cleared my throat to make him conscious of my presence and my intentions. I then slowly disrobed to just my stripes. Captured his attention. I walked in the rays of the sun, formed the slants in the door so he could see my nudity and the beauty in me, exposing my all to him completely. Prancing to his side of the bed, I whisper, "What do you want?" Throwing the covers back, he shows me he's bare to the bone, standing at attention. I moan, "For me?" He smiles that tells the whole strategy. See, he's the hunter, and I am his prey. And his mouth smiles, his eyes do too. And I'm caught by pools that run deep to his soul. I'm drowning in the warmth of his kisses produced by the lips of the hunter in my bed, who seeks only me. The tips of fingers, we map out our foreseen rendezvous as we hunter and prey on Sunday, go in search of the mountain of youth, the fountain of youth, desired, embracing. He gasps at the sweetness of our tastes, memories of before today are erased. I fell myself floating and see that he too has begun to levitate. I grab him from the air to rest beneath me, and slowly I relax. He enters my gate, open to him only paradise is captioned above his head, heaven above mine. We inched ever so slowly to the spot, knowing the location is always subject to change. We ride slower, so we won't come upon it too soon. I approach my destination. And then I pull back into reverse and sightsee on my way to heaven on a Sunday morn when we all alone. I play in the meadow of his chest, and then I start to ride again faster than before. I unlock the gate, walk the pathway, hurdle the shrubbery, right into the pond, a hopeful splash if coming. Nope, dry spot. So again I ride on a Sunday morn. Faster this time, I embrace myself to jump over the shrubbery into the pond. Splash! Meow. I saw the clouds first, and then the clear blue sky, the sun at my back, and the sweat dried as it appeared from the fan above my head that hummed as I purred, and then meowed on a Sunday morning.
Wow.
Yeah, that's dirty. Wow, that was a good piece, though.
Yeah,
It
that
made
was a good
you
piece. That was a nice piece.
made you cover your eyes.
It was, but I mean, but it was tactful. You know what I mean? So, it takes you there, and you don't even know that you're there.
Right.
It's like, oh wow.
It
So I
used the
mean,
words that describes it without describing it.
right. Your parents could hear it and not be like, "What you say?"
Right. So I'm going to close it out with the last piece.
Okay.
It's called Locked Door. This one was written by me. Let's see if I have a date on this one. Nope, I don't have a date on it. Again, probably 1990s. It's called Locked Door. I roam in your eyes looking for the right door, using all the keys my mind could store. When I open the door, I will explore your mind, searching through your feelings of every kind. The first path I venture is one of lustful desire. Heat from this route burns with blazing fire. Your wants, your needs, all displayed in detail. How you crave to be held, all this your eye can tell. I leave that path and to undertake another. On this pathway, I see you smother. The sight of suffocation squirm in my head. Then I see a spectrum of colors. Flash, flash, red. Ah, pain, stop the rush. Blue, flash, smash, swoosh. I ride on a tear that protects you from letting me see the one thing you truly fear. I come to the door where I entered before. The locked has changed. I can enter no more. I wonder what it is that lies behind this door, this barrier, this lock in your mind. I turn to my left and on journey for another path, something I can complete with the curiosity I have. On my left, I find a door unlocked. Above this door, a sign reads, unblocked. This word could mean a number of things. As I step up to it, it could have been purposely opened for me to fall through it. I enter the door and do indeed fall. I fall and continue to fall, feel like I'm being strained through a funnel. The funnel then converts into a roller coaster with rails of rubber, every corner, certain death. Huh? One long, drawn in breath. Eyes closed. I imagine I'm home again, in the comfort of my bed, listening to the soft hum of a fan. I open, shoo, blowing out your mouth. Toss out, coaster speed south. Toward that place I still can't see, that one last place you hide from me. Let me see the door and try the door that's locked with your eye. Have trust in me to hold your thoughts. Have faith in me to have your heart. Reopen the door behind those eyes. I feel free and safe. To feel free and safe. as an eagle flies. Your eyes adore within your head, lock in your mind, not to be read. Knock, knock, open up and see me there. Open up to me and see I care. That was an old school love perm.
That's nice, though. Did you send that one to your sweetie? Did you write her poems?
Again, it was 20-something years ago. But that was the last and final. It's 9:30, and that's when we close the doors of the cafe.
All right. Well, until next week. I'm gonna work on another piece and see what I can, my brain spits out.
All right. Well, come on in and join us again.
All right. Take care.
Until next week.
All right. Bye.
Honeywata Cafe signing off. Have a good one.